All right, guys. Wuthering Waves version 2.5 player satisfaction survey is finally here. And this is the perfect opportunity for you guys to go ahead and let the developers know what they need to fix in the game. Because when it comes to WuWa, when it comes to filling out the satisfaction survey, it's actually worth it because they actually do listen. You see, us being able to fly in 1.x region, we've been complaining about that for a hot minute, and look, we can finally do it. So it's pretty obvious that the developers are listening. So let's take that opportunity to give the devs constructive criticism. Let's give them feedback that this game can pretty much, get better and better. All right, so we already know about this. Let's go and click start. Next page. Blah blah blah. Please let us know your age. Big 21. Big 21. Uh, okay. So far, how would you rate your overall experience in Wuthering Waves version 2.5 Unfading Melody of Life? Um, when it comes to version 2.5, I already made a video saying that for version 2.5, I feel like 2.5 is a dry patch, right? I feel like it's a dry patch. There's a difference between dry and filler. When you say that a patch is filler, you're pretty like when you're saying that a patch is filler, that pretty much means that the patch doesn't have a new main story quest, right? But this patch actually does have a new main story quest. So this really isn't a filler patch. However, I will say this patch is low-key dry. There's not really much going on in 2.5. We just had the new area, the new story, and Augusta's Overture quests. I mean, that's pretty much it, dude. Like, when it comes to the events are nothing too crazy. We're really just waiting for 2.6. So I'm gonna put overall satisfied. Overall, all right, overall satisfied because this patch gave me the opportunity to go ahead and like save up all my pulls for Augusta. So that's why I'm gonna put overall satisfied. Based on your experience in the current version, how satisfied are you with the following? Story, story. I'm gonna go ahead and put overly satisfied. World exploration, I'm gonna put overall satisfied. Environment and visuals, oh, definitely overall satisfied. Music and sound effects, overall satisfied. Let me see. Resonator building. I think they're talking about like you building your characters. I'm just gonna put overall satisfied. Performance optimizations, overall satisfied. The new location, right? The new location is really good. But when it comes to Septimont is still unoptimized. They gotta fix that. Combat, overall satisfied. Resonator visuals, overall satisfied. What is this? Oh, so co-op experience. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I literally never played co-op. I don't even remember the last time I touched co-op. So I'm just gonna put I mean, co-op is just whatever. I'm just gonna put overall satisfied. UI design. For UI design, I'm gonna put overall satisfied. And then events and challenges, I'm gonna put somewhat dissatisfied when it comes to events. Right, the events are a little bit lacking in its update. What do you think of the amount of playable content in version 2.5? For version 2.5, I'm gonna put sufficient content, right? And the reason why I say sufficient content is because sometimes it's cool the fact that I don't feel the need to log into the game every single day to just straight up no life it, right? Because some people, we have a life outside the game. So if for version 2.5, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I barely played WuWa. Like I barely got on WuWa, which is good, It gives you the opportunity to go touch grass. So I'm just gonna put sufficient content. The actual playtime is appropriate. That's for me though. Have you completed the following main quests? Yes, I played both of them. And I'm gonna go and put yes, I've completed them. How satisfied are you with the riding the current? So this is us. Oh, I remember this. Honestly, I'm gonna put overall satisfied. Right? I'm not surprised. Like at first, I was like, damn, we can actually swim, but nah, we can't swim. And I'm not mad about that. Maybe in the future upcoming region we can swim, but this wasn't bad. And the music they played in the background was really cool. How satisfied are you with the riding the rail? Uh, I'm gonna put neutral. And the reason why I put neutral is because you really have no freedom to do whatever you want in this. You're just like going in a straight line and you're just pressing like left and right. So yeah, I'm just gonna put neutral on that. Why is riding the rail not satisfactory? The resonator's motions when riding the rail were not visually pleasing. The resonator's motions when riding the rail were not in line with the characterization. I couldn't get off the rail anytime I wanted. The experience felt repetitive as a whole. That too, yeah. This feature was not suitable for a QTE. This feature didn't fit in with the plot. There wasn't much to do in the process, switching rails. I mean, that's you getting on the rails, you just getting from point A to point B. So I'm not really complaining about that. It's just the experience just felt repetitive. That's pretty much it. Uh, okay, so how satisfied are you with the main quest, chapter 2, Overture? So this is Augusta's quest. As you get ready to return to Septimont in search of Sentinel Imperator's relics, an invitation arrives from Augusta, the Four of Septimont, asking you to join her in a hunt in the Singus Platus. Just as you are about to meet with Augusta, however, you are informed that she has to delay your meeting for something urgent has come. While waiting for contact from the Forest Palace, you learn from a wandering bard named Nestor about Augusta's story past. I was very satisfied with her story quest. It was very simple and I like that. Sometimes I don't like when a character's story is very simple, but there are exceptions and I think Augusta is that exception. I think her backstory, there's going to be more to it when she actually releases, but like the foundation of her backstory is pretty good. Why is main quest chapter 2 Overture Russ satisfying? The narrative blends well with the lore and adds depth to the in-game world. The story dialogues flow smoothly and is easy to follow. Yes, it was very easy to follow. The background music during the quest is enjoyable. The cutscenes and performances are captivating. The characters are expressive and animated. The earlier foreshadowing was resolved naturally. Using gameplay features to advance the plot was refreshing. You could say that. The characters' motivations and actions are logical. Yes. The fact that, you know, she started off with nothing, you know, pretty much restarting her entire life, starting from scratch. I understand that 100%. The story flows naturally. The voice acting fits the characters well and sounds engaging. The gameplay features Epic of the Blazing Soul was enjoyable. The narrative hints at upcoming characters. Fresh hints throughout the story build excitement for what's to come. Yes. I can't read this because, oh, there it is. How satisfied are you with Epic of the Blazing Sun? What is it? What are they talking about here? I think they're talking about like the format of the Overture quest. I would say I'm overall satisfied. Yeah, I'm overall satisfied. Compared to one 5-piece echo set, what is your experience with using 2 echo sets to equip a resonator? Example, using a 3-piece. Oh, okay, so they're talking about 3-piece echo set. When it comes to 3-piece echo sets, I'm not against this. I think this is fine, right? I think it's fine because it gives you the opportunity to pretty much use old sets and use new sets, which is cool. Of course, my only complaint is just, you know, the fact that you can't farm the set like you can't farm it anytime you want. It's only once a day and that's pretty much it. And if you want to go ahead and use the character that you summon for, let's say for Augusta, right? I summon for Augusta and I farm for the new echo set that's coming in 2.6, and let's say my luck was just complete shit and there's just nothing I can do. I have to wait till tomorrow in order for me to, you know, get other pieces. So I will say that's like the only thing I don't like about, you know, the 3-piece sets is that when you're farming for it, it is a little bit annoying. However, I still like the fact that I can use old sets and combine it with a new set. And the fact that it's 3 pieces is pretty solid too. You know, all you need is, it could be a 4-cost echo, right? And when it comes to the 4-cost echo, you can farm that boss a lot. So you really just need 2 when it comes to RNG and luck. So using 2 sets is better. Unable to rate, I haven't tried Dream of the Lost. Similar, using 1 complete set is better. I'm gonna say, oof, this is a tough one because they're pretty much telling me which one is better, the complete set or 3-piece plus 2-piece. That is a tough one. That is a tough one. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I think the 3-piece plus 2-piece is way better, because when it comes to a 5-piece set, yes, you can use chess to get like the sets, but at the same time, it's like 5, you know? Meanwhile, for the 3-piece set, you already have 2 old sets that are probably like maxed out with the right stats you need, and can just infinitely farm the 4-cost echo. So I think the 2-piece set is better when it comes to building your character. It's just not being able to farm every single day, and you know, you can only farm once a day is a little bit annoying. That's pretty much it. Why is using 2 echo sets better than using 1 complete echo set? It's more easy to obtain echoes required for 2 partial sets. With 2 partial sets, I can make better use to echoes that I've already upgraded. Yes, that's exactly what I just said. I feel that using 2 echo sets provides more powerful buffs. I don't know about that, but I feel like this one over here, I think this is way better. I think this is like my main point. I can just use the 2 sets, 2 pieces that I've already built, and plug it in. Next page. Overture Rust Sword in the Sun was included in the second half of version 2.5. How do you feel about the inclusion of an Overture quest in the second half of each version? I'm not against it. When it comes to Overture quests, they can do whatever the hell they want with Overture quests. I literally do not care, because Overture quest is really just there to like set up the story for you know, an upcoming unit. That's really what it's there for. It's just to, you know, set up the story, set up their backstory, you know, tell us more. Which of the following main quest challenges or gameplay features do you still remember and find satisfying? Please specify why you find them satisfying if possible. Version 1.0 charged the lab by matching induction cells with cell sockets in various rooms. I remember that. The reason why I find this satisfying is because, you know, when it comes to puzzles, sometimes puzzles can be tedious, but when it comes to like 1.x puzzles, they were low-key fun. I ain't gonna lie. 1.x puzzles were a little bit fun. What is this? Collect musical essence in the Grand Library to activate the drum. I don't remember doing that. Yeah, I don't remember doing that. All right, guys. So this is what I pretty much typed down when it comes to the feedback I have for this game. So of course, we talked about more 4-star characters / weapons. Please optimize Septim mod. It is very laggy on PC for some people. Give us more credits. Fix Echo Tuner / EXP. I mean, this over here is not really. It's not that big, but like, you know, it would be nice if they actually fix this. Release more male characters, right? When it comes to male characters, they really do need to release a lot more male characters, because when we do take a look at Renacita, we've pretty much only got like 2 male characters. We got Brant and Q, who's coming pretty soon. So y'all need to release more male units. That would be really nice. More variety. And I put, for number 6, I put, you guys are doing a great job straying away from negative status, but negative status is still concerning. When it comes to negative status, like the last time they released a unit that relies on negative status was Cartethia. Now, the good thing about Cartethia is that she could inflict arrow erosion herself. That was the good thing, right? So the last unit that they really released that heavily relied on it and it couldn't do it themselves was Zani. Zani was just, I don't know, her kit was it was just a disaster when it comes to, you know, spectral frazzle. It's just really annoying. So it's still concerning, right? It's still concerning because this is still in the game, and they can decide, you know, to drop any unit that revolves around negative status. Like, imagine a character you're so hyped about and that character ends up being a negative status character, right? It's just so frustrating. Like, you have no choice but to summon for that character to make the character you're excited for very, very good. Imagine if Chisa, right? Chisa ends up being, I don't know. Let's just say, for example, right? For example, Chisa ends up being a spectral unit and she revolves around spectral frazzle, or Chisa ends up being an arrow erosion unit. You would have no choice but to summon for Chacona, right? So it would be really frustrating. And that's an example, by the way. Now for number 7, I put Whimpering Waste HP inflation was weird, and implement at least one universal golden token that every unit can use. This WuWa reset was just straight dog shit. All right, I'm gonna be real with y'all. That shit was ass. I think we can all agree that this WuWa reset was terrible. You can still clear it if you put in the effort, right? If you put in the effort, you can still clear it. you can get at least S rank. I was able to do that, right? I don't even have Frolova, but the fact that they put Augusta buff that fucking early was just so weird, man. The Augusta buff was so weird, and you know the HP inflation was insane, bro. So they definitely need to fix that shit. And when we take a look at version 2.6, we do have the burning waves mechanic, so looking forward to that. But they need to implement at least one universal golden token that every DPS unit can use. They do that, then Whimpering Waste is going to feel a lot better. And when it comes to HP inflation, they need to chill out with HP inflation because there is a timer, and you don't really have a lot of time, like a lot of time to get a really good point. You have like 2 minutes to clear all these enemies, and they're constantly running around. You have to group them up. There's just so much shit going on in Whimpering Waste. So adding more problems, right, like adding more HP, not giving us good tokens, it just makes everything worse. So Whimpering Waste, they do need to get their shit together when it comes to WuWa. TOA, I'm not really going to say much about TOA until version 2.6 because the TOA reset in 2.5 is actually very nice. So I have nothing to say about TOA. We're going to wait and see what the new TOA update is going to look like, and that's pretty much it. So that is my feedback for WuWa. That's my feedback for them. If I'm forgetting something, go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below, and go ahead and type down your feedback in the comment section. Let me know what the devs to implement in the game. Let me know what the devs need to fix, so that just in case the developers, if they're sitting here watching content creators, if they're watching your videos and they end up watching this video, they can look at the comment section and can read your feedback, just in case, because you never know. It could be watching my video taking notes. So that's it, guys. That is it for the player satisfaction feedback. And overall, man, it just feels really good that I can fill out a survey and I actually have hope that the developers will actually listen. It just feels good because if I'm playing a game and I fill out a survey, but I just feel like me filling out that survey was a waste of time, that just goes to show you that the developers truly don't give a fuck. And you guys know which game I'm talking about. I'm not even going to mention it, but filling out a survey and getting something out of it is satisfying because your voice was heard. They heard you, and they responded. Being able to fly in 1.x region, really, really good. It just goes to show that they're listening. So hopefully for version 2.5, they listen to our feedback. But hope you guys have a good one. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be catching you guys on the next one. Adios.